Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Mr. J02, and today I'm just going to be briefly talking about MLG Atlanta. So I am recording this basically like an hour or so after the whole event. I wanted to kind of record it after just so I could get the video out as quickly as possible because we have ESWC coming up next weekend, so I want to try and get this out like the day after MLG Atlanta and maybe squeeze out like a couple more videos before ESWC. So this event in general was just nuts. I don't think it was as crazy as MLG Vegas. I think Vegas was nuts because we just didn't know who would win. We had so many top tier teams not performing at the top level like Envy and Optic. We had teams like Allegiance, Cloud9, who were up there at the top, just completely dominating, and Rise Nation ended up taking it. So that event was just completely nuts. I think this one was still crazy, but I definitely saw E United winning. Ever since they beat FaZe, I knew from there on they were probably going to win it. I think FaZe was the only chance at E United not winning. Maybe Optic. Optic definitely brought the 3-0 first off, but that's just because E United was facing a red-hot Optic, and E United wasn't warmed up as much. I mean, you can't completely blame the 3-0 on them not being warmed up. I think it was more of Optic just playing at the top tier. That's just Optic at their best, and that's why Optic just swept that 3-0 first. But it was definitely a lot closer later on, and E United definitely played very well, I'll give them that, but I think Optic underperformed just a tiny bit, and that definitely cost them against just an E United team that is just desperate to win. They want to win so bad, and I'm just going to come out and say this. I somewhat doubted them throughout the whole thing. I knew from the start they weren't an online team. They surprised me at Vegas, and since then I knew they weren't just an online team. I just didn't think they'd be able to perform as well as they did on a Sunday. They've never performed on a Sunday, and I honestly thought they would crack under pressure and not be able to perform at the top tier, but props to them, they did, and they definitely proved themselves. I don't know if I would say they're the best team right now. I mean, it's honestly hard to say who's the best team. We have a tournament win from Rise, we have a tournament win from E United, we have multiple 2K wins from different teams, so I would say E United is definitely contender to be at the top. I think it's a very close race between a few teams, and honestly, E United could be considered the top team right now just because of that win. But honestly, we'll have to see if they can continue that win, continue that momentum, and continue to play that well through ESWC. Honestly, my predictions right now, I know it sounds kind of shitty when I continually doubt them, but I honestly don't know if they'll be able to continue that momentum throughout ESWC. And honestly, it's not just continuing the momentum, it's improving. They have to realize that it wasn't a complete sweep throughout the whole thing. Yes, Optic was the only team to beat them, but so many teams learned so many things from E United, and if E United doesn't fix those tiny mistakes, then it will definitely cost them. They have to continually improve just like every other team is, go over those small mistakes, change up your playstyle, because honestly, E United brought this completely different playstyle from any other team, and it definitely cost some other teams like Optic and FaZe. That's why they were able to beat them, is because they brought this new fast-paced style that honestly I only saw from Panda. The teams that really impressed me this weekend were E United and Panda. Panda was this they weren't unknown. I was at Champs and I saw them at Champs. I didn't see them make good runs. I mean, I saw them walking around the place, so I knew of them. They just completely surprised me with their playstyle, and they surprised so many other top-tier teams. So props to Panda and E United for bringing this new, different, fast-paced playstyle to the game and almost changing the meta. I think ERADs and SMGs are going to be a lot more prevalent in this next tournament. In my opinion, I think Silly's going to have to change from the RPR to the ERAD. I think Erad just overall a better SMG, even though I love the RPR. Erad just a better weapon, and he needs to switch to that. I think that's one mistake that they can improve on, is kind of changing with the meta. I honestly don't expect the meta to change too much during ESWC. I expect more teams to kind of get with the meta, more teams to bring out the Erad, practice with SMGs, practice with this new fast-paced playstyle, and hopefully more teams will be able to compete at this level that E United is. And honestly, I think they will be. Optic definitely scrimmed them enough, and they knew their playstyle a little bit, but I think E United kind of knew about this new meta, and they brought the fast-paced gameplay along with the new SMG meta, and Optic just wasn't able to hang with it when E United was playing at their best. So we will have to see going into ESWC, but overall, I really like this event. Pools were definitely interesting. I loved seeing FaZe dominant. Personally, I'm a huge FaZe fan, so seeing FaZe come out just red hot that first day was crazy. So overall, very great event. Honestly, overall, I thought it was a lot more fun to watch than Vegas. I thought it was just an overall better event than Vegas. So hopefully MLG could keep it up and keep bringing these awesome events with amazing production, and hopefully the teams could change with this meta. It is kind of annoying seeing this meta constantly change every event. So hopefully teams can kind of get with the new meta, and hopefully could just stay. Like, if the meta could just stay like this, I would be happy. I'm tired of seeing these top teams blame the meta changing, and yes, that is a reason that they aren't doing as well. I'm not saying they're making up excuses. I'm just tired of seeing these top teams lose just because they're not with the new meta, and they're not doing what some of these other successful teams are doing. So I'm excited for ESWC, and overall I loved MLG Atlanta. So thank you guys for watching, and let me know down in the comments how you thought of MLG Atlanta as a whole, and how you think of this new strong E United team. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.